The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
180. Hey, middle.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get them going. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
180. Middle.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Ravens at 2-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
180. 13.
Here's Jackson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Nick's going to tap this forward. 7 yards there and a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Here's Nix. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Nix. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On play action, here's Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Evan Ingram with an amazing diving catch.
And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Seven 0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Flowers going to go in motion right.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. An
An
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Mims in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Jackson to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. But you look at this Bronco defense.
They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Here's Jordan Stout now, and Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
35 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Ravens nothing.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw, here's Nix.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Israel Abanikanda,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Nick Bonito. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech. But I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the gun, here's Abanikanda down at the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throwing Nix.
And incomplete.
The offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
To throw is Nix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
First and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Nix to the air. That's caught. This is Abanikanda.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Riley Moss, and the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Back to the air with Nix.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Israel Abanikanda, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there's definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they can't bring him down. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now Jackson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for 28 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
A short throw to Ingram. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Broncos first down.
Here we go. Buffalo 18.
Nix from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First down, Denver.
Nix looking to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
Flush to his right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Broncos field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To throw is Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Jackson. And now here is another interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Okay, ready? Cougar 19.
On the handoff for Banakanda. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And they'll go again with the Banakanda.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Here we go, set. Check go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Namdi Matabike able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. In motion left, Bateman.
Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Mims in motion right.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and 4. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And the Broncos first down.
Here's Nix.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
After his fumble earlier, this rookie's making sure he hangs on to the ball this time around. Still don't want to see him taking these hits this often, or turnovers becoming a persistent problem, but you understand why he had to be careful there.
Warriors 17. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Now it's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now it's Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Throwing is Jackson.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. What is it? Cut.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Hopkins, the man in motion right. Jackson now. Under pressure, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Finds his tight end Ingram. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. And leads to a first down. To throw, here's Nix. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Nix to the air.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Flowers. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Second down and 3.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Henry.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination.